What's up, everybody? Happy St. Patrick's Day weekend. The leprechauns are in the house. Get it? Leprechauns. We got Red, Cheese, Greg, and myself, and we got the Jameson flowing like the salmon of Capistrano. So, by the end of this, you know we're going to be hammered. And just in case we run out of that, we got bourbon and we got all the crazy shit going on upstairs.
Yeah.
And we got... Well, we got a week's worth of comics for you. Like Boom Studios' Ronin Island, Dark Horse's Astro Hustle and Calamity Kate. DC gives us The Batman Who Laughs, The Grim Knight, Issue 1. Dynamites Obey Me, Issue 0. IDW restarts The Transformers. Image's Assassination and Little Bird. So, grab your shots, grab your waters, whatever it is that you're sipping on. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Erin Gobralis. We all love Erin. We do. And salud. So I guess it's time to move on to a mediocre week in comics.
Basuda week on Peace.
Yeah. There was like kinda, one shining star, and you could have skipped it after the first 5 pages. But everything else was just like, okay. Yeah. So let's just run down this list. Boom Studios' Ronin Island. And it's by Greg Pak, and I mean Greg Pak is usually really good. Everybody, you know, everybody swings and misses. So there was this thing that happened called the Great Wind. I assumed throughout the whole book it was a tornado. Yeah, and
somebody farted.
There's a and that's actually closer. That's closer to the actual story, apparently.
I mean, listen, so if you've ever been around an Irish family after St. Patrick's Day, you would know that.
Fucking vague. They left it that fucking vague.
There was a whole island of refugees, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese. Everybody is on this one island because this great wind ripped through.
It's Ellis Island?
I'm not making that joke. I can't do it. And all of a sudden, like, everybody's, like, living in peace, but they're respecting their traditions and stuff. Yeah. And there's this old samurai who died, and now they're having a contest to see who's the new, like, protector of the island and shit. And then this shogun warrior shows up, or he's a shogunate. He's a general representing the shogun. And he's like, oh, I'm here to recruit all of you people and get taxes from you. And he's like... And everybody's like, who the fuck are you? Like, the Shogun died out years ago during the Great Wind, and we're all the survivors. You know, you'll have to forgive us if we're being suspicious. And, like, the whole time, for the 5 pages that this guy's introduced, you're like, he's a dick. Yeah. And he's like, no, I'm serious. There's some shit going on the mainland, and it's right back over there. Like, it's in eye shot. Like, you could see the mainland from the island. And they're like, he's like, look over there. There's some fucky shit going on. And then there's these, like, monster mutant things that's attacking the farmers. They're like,
samurai zombies.
And everybody's like, all right, time to fight. Let's go fuck these things up. That's the whole story.
Yeah.
It was lazy writing.
It was less than exciting for me. I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't give a rat's ass about nobody. Except for the old Chinese lady.
Yes. They built up too fast. That's the problem.
I agree.
So they could have dragged this out over one issue and make it more about him showing up and trying to, without having to introduce the zombie monster, whatever the fuck they are.
Right, I forget what the hell they called them.
Yeah, I mean, but basically they're samurai zombies, in my opinion.
They look like mutant, they look like a cross between Doomsday and zombies. Yeah. They had like things growing out.
But they're pretty much like brought back from the dead. Yeah.
So whatever.
So basically the Great Wind had something to do with this.
I didn't care. I'm like,
so they were in Bushwick.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
or they were on Greenpoint Avenue on a hot summer day when the shit plant is ripe.
Oh god.
Oh, you've no idea. I probably do have a good idea by now.
I have a pretty good idea. At this point.
By now,
I really do. But
those turnip plant.
The thing is, like, and the sad part about it was, I kind of like the artwork, and the artwork didn't say.
The artwork is good, but like the story just like defeated the purpose.
Sure.
Yeah, I was less than impressed. Dark Horse's Astro Hustle.
Oh god.
Now, I like the beginning of this book. And then, to me, it fell short at the end. Like, well, actually, not at the end. Like, after, like, 8 pages. The beginning of the book has these 2 hot alien broads kind of making out on the couch in the middle of,
Yeah, I only read the first couple pages.
Well, yeah, you read the best parts then. Everybody's, like, partying it up, having doing drugs and drinking and everything, partying it up on this spacecraft.
Aunt Becky's daughters.
And the and the robot's like, hey, we have to maintain rules. There needs to be somebody on the bridge at all times.
On monitor duty, which is practical. but
one of the hot girls goes back to party with everybody, and the other one stays on the bridge until it comes time for somebody to relieve her, and she's with the robot, who kind of looks like Superman's Kellex mixed with Buck Rogers' Tweaky, taking it back. And all of a sudden, there's this blip on the radar screen, and we see this ship that nobody's seen in decades, just flying through, and like, holy shit, where the hell did that come from? That's this dude's prison ship or whatever.
They've been missing for 15 years or whatever the hell it is.
So this robot turns on his fucking evil switch, blasts the girl in the face, ejects everybody else into deep space.
So they're all dead.
And then makes the spaceship crash on a deserted planet.
I'm going to hell.
That was the best part of the book. After that, it gets wrapped up in moving way too fast for its own good.
It's so confusing.
I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
The guy is apparently still alive after being in cryo state for 60 plus years.
Yeah.
There's a landfill of bodies strewn about. I don't know if those bodies were there, if they came out of his ship. Why aren't they charred if they came out of his ship? Where's the wreckage of the ship? Who's this guy that wants to kick his ass? What the fuck is this guy doing? This general is arresting him because he hates his guts.
And he's known him for 60 fucking
And then
years.
he's on trial.
They did a fucking Ripley. They did a Ripley in this fucking book, and they didn't need to do a Ripley. They didn't need to do it.
No, they didn't.
Those first 6 pages were stellar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything after that was just a complete clusterfuck.
It was like they needed to squeeze 3 issues into one, and I'm the first person to say, don't waste my money if you can put shit into one issue. There's no need to extend it to $9 worth, but at this point I'm like, there's too much going on here.
And this is 1 of 4, right?
Yeah. No, I couldn't tell.
1 of 9?
See,
I couldn't tell that either.
The font was fucky.
4 or 9.
I'm glad you said that. I thought it was the only one.
I saw that and I was just like, is this going to be a long fucking series or a short one?
And here I am as a graphic designer.
Listen, fonts matter.
Yes, they do. And if you've ever seen the 10 flickering lights that say 10 fuckering lights...
There was something that said, I don't know, something said cunt, but it wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
I forget what
Clint.
the fuck.
Happy birthday, Clint.
Happy birthday, Clint.
Yeah.
That was it. Dark Horse's other offering this week was Calamity Kate.
Much more cohesive.
Not you, Kate.
Much more
you're better than
visually
this
pleasing.
I actually
Kate, love you.
If I had to draw straws, I would say I enjoyed this book.
Yes.
The character is a dickhead. She is a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, she's an asshole friend.
She is the worst roommate ever.
She's like,
ever.
I'm your old friend who you haven't heard from in 6 years, and hey, nice daughter you got there. Can I stay with you for a little while?
By the way,
it'll only be a few weeks.
Congratulations on getting married and losing your husband in the same space in which we didn't talk, because I'm a bitch, but...
And so she's now been there for what was supposed to be a few weeks. It's now 6 months.
6 months.
And there's monster droppings and goo all over the house.
Just blood.
Apparently, because monsters are a thing. She's been having,
what? Monsters are skiing up all...
There's monsters are just popping up all over the place, and she's killing them, and she's mad famous.
Apparently, monsters are commonplace in L.A.
Yes, they are.
Or wherever the fuck she is.
And she's slaying them up.
You saw the freaking ghost in a freaking plastic bag earlier, and that was
Yeah.
So... she decides she's gonna go after the 7 original monsters that are breeding all these other monsters.
Of which I recognize 3 of them.
Yeah, there were a few names thrown in there, so it actually makes me want to do enough research to see if they're naming actual, real monsters in there.
From, lore and, religious text and all that stuff,
Take advantage, I get you.
Yeah. So, I'm with that. The fact that they went into enough monster lore to make me interested in doing some open book research makes me want to get it. I'm going to give this the rule of 3.
Yeah,
I'm going to get 3 issues, see how it turns out.
Yeah. I have a sneaking suspicion, though, that especially with this book, you're going to know if it's going to suck by issue 2.
You're probably right.
Because it got that crazy that fast.
The issue 2, now she meets her rival, Javelin.
Yeah.
This is this other Monster Hunter girl running around L.A. So we'll see how that conversation.
Yeah, that's just not going to end well.
The first issue was intriguing. It definitely was intriguing.
Without a doubt. And also, it gets one of my votes for artwork of the week.
Yeah.
Because the artwork was phenomenal. It was on point.
It was
clean,
patient.
bright.
The artwork was patient.
But still, yeah.
It was very patient.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting into the bullet. Okay, good.
Yeah, we got it. All right, Dynamites Obey Me, issue 0.
Very, very interesting.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean,
this
bizarre.
girl annoyed me.
Completely bizarre, but interesting.
The talking dog. The girl,
he's a hellhound.
She looked like she had the power of the Purple Man. Like she just looked at you, her eyes glowed, and she made you do what she wanted. But that was never really explored in the book. Like you kind of got a sense of it, and really you had to take the title into consideration.
Yeah.
But she's telling people what to do, and maybe they're doing it, and sometimes they're not. And then there's the
and then if they don't, she has to kill them.
And she kills them by like teleporting like in front of them and just like doing some ninja shit, which I'm all for. But. And then she gets bucked by a shotgun against the wall, and the Hellhound's like, yo, she gonna fuck you up for that. And they're like, what? She's dead. Oh, no, she's not.
Yeah, then, that was the thing that really, confused the shit out of me. Because,
I could not.
There's way too much blood on the wall.
Couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting concept, but I think more needs to be explained.
I mean, it was a 0 issue, and it was a long 0 issue.
It was.
I'll give it that much.
It definitely was. Could have been a number 1 for a story arc, honestly.
Images, Little Bird. All right, the cover of this book led me to believe that I was going to read a horror book. It was not.
Nope.
It was some wacky as fuck ass futuristic anti-Catholic religion kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Unapologetically intended.
Oh,
holy shit. The priest was in like some priestly armor and shit, and he's all bald, like he looks like he's got radiation poisoning and everything.
Yeah.
His hair's all falling out and everything.
It was bizarre. I mean, the thing is, like, the theme of every single one of the books that we're reviewing this week is bizarre. Like,
yeah, I'll give it that.
Even Batman Who Laughs, bizarre.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna talk about that one.
I'm saving that for last.
We'll get to that. But everything about every single book that we read this week was bizarre beyond any stretch of the imagination.
This shit was really weird.
But it was really weird, but I really like this book.
Okay.
And I don't like
her whole purpose was like after her mother disappeared and she had to figure out like, did they kill her mom? Did they take her prisoner?
Yeah,
they took her prisoner. And then,
she wakes up like, what, 3 days later?
and she has to go find the axe.
Yeah.
Go free the axe. And you're like, is this a weapon? Turns out to be this big, huge guy
who
with
looks
a
like
Canadian shirt.
Who looks like Santa on steroids.
It looks like Captain Canada, yo. He's got a fucking Canadian flag t-shirt and shit.
Yeah.
Say Captain Canada?
Yes, I did.
Captain Canada, yeah.
And this motherfucker just takes the axe and just starts swinging on motherfuckers.
I'm gonna protect you,
Assassination.
This, I laughed my ass off.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought this book tried too hard.
But it didn't have nothing to do with the movie, right, Greg?
What movie?
Greg was the one that told me this is a movie that came out last year, Assassination Nation.
Yes. Assassination came out September with Kelvin.
Never heard of it.
I don't know.
No, it's an indie jump off. But I thought it was going to be like, coinciding with fucking with the actual movie itself, but no, it's completely different.
It is completely different.
And self-plug to me, you thought I wasn't ready for this fucking review. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Like, so we get the like top assassin in the world. People are trying to kill him. They're trying to assassinate him.
Yeah,
they're trying to kill the #1 assassin.
He calls together a meeting of the top 20 assassins in the world and decides to hire them to protect him, like to be his bodyguards.
Which is the ultimate in dick moves as an assassin.
I don't know. I don't know too many assassons. I've seen a
know,
few on Faces of Death.
It's a dick move.
It's a dick move because it's like
you pop it
it's
over.
like motherfucker. You've got probably. I'm guessing because they don't really go into details. I'm guessing at least 300 kills to your name, right?
Okay.
So you're afraid for your fucking life, dude? Like, nut up or shut up.
You're mad brazy right now.
Yeah, he was mad that his whole security team couldn't protect him. And shit
well,
like
he
that.
hired a bunch of fucking morons
fucking
on an
idiots.
assassin's
I mean, a
salary.
lot
It's
of
not
the
gonna
assassins were fucking morons too.
happen. Yeah, well, that's why they wound up dead.
That's why I don't know. Like I'm the one of the guys' names is Fuck, and they try to draw on a
His
boy
name
named
is Fuck.
They try to draw on a boy named Sue comparison. And I'm like, don't bring Johnny Cash into this.
What's your name? Fuck.
I mean, I said
What's your first name? You.
I said it before we went live. I was like, you know what? I think they just ran out of names because there was like 20 of them. And I think they just ran out of names.
One of the guys looked like
it.
fucking
Frankie Towers, or what was his name? Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the dudes looked like the fucking big Nordic salesman from Frozen. He's like, hey, different, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
I was waiting for like Waldo to pop up in one of the panels.
That's what
it looked like, where's Waldo at one point?
They got into a big ass shootout. Fucking 20, like 15 of them are dead. So then he's like, all right. So what do the rest of you think? You want the job or not? So,
Yeah. So out of the 20, like
There's
10
like
of them
7
got
maybe?
eliminated, like quick.
Yeah.
Off
It
the
was
bat.
it was like the Hunger Games for assassins.
Yeah, real quick. they was killing everybody in those last fucking 5 pages.
God, it was just brutal. I mean, it was brutal and it was fun.
I'm glad you liked it. I don't know. Maybe I was in a bad mood because I read this like almost second to last
It was like
compared
it was
to all
trying
the other.
too hard.
I thought it tried too hard.
Yeah, no, I do.
Forcing the
I do agree. I do agree because, but the thing is though, is that if there's going to be any number of people that are going to actually sign up to protect this motherfucker, you gotta weed some of them out. And I thought the way they did it was cool.
I think it was just an excuse to not have to write and draw these motherfuckers back into the panels.
Also true. Yeah, it could also very well be a subject of lazy writing and
Hopefully
lazy
this ends
artwork.
in like 5-6 issues.
I would accept it for that.
Should be 4 or 5.
So, Greg, you leaving for this one? We're doing Transformers now. Yeah, swing back.
I said, hold it in.
Nah, I come back. Oh, sorry. That was your foot. Yeah. I'll come back for this one.
This is what we was waiting to talk about.
Can we nominate a new award for this?
Yes, of course.
Uh-oh.
The Basura of the Decade?
The bus.
Oh my
wow,
God.
that bad?
Yes.
The whole decade?
Wow.
Okay.
Nah, yo, I think X-Men
It's
is
early.
up there, yo.
No, not like
You
this.
gotta throw like an X-Men comic in there.
It's not early in the decade. It's early in the year, but I mean, you're right. I mean, this decade still did start in 2011, so I mean, maybe that's pretty harsh, though.
Shit.
I thought I was gonna have happiness, enjoy it with a reimagination of the lore.
They did like purpose this book with like, oh, this is gonna be a totally, rebooting of the Transformers franchise, of the mythos and everything, and it's kind of nothing we haven't seen before. It's Orion Pax being like a senator and a leader before he became a Prime, and Megatron being the leader and another senator of the Rebellicons,
the Ascenticons,
some shit like that. They weren't calling themselves Decepticons yet. They were like Ascenticons, Rebellicons, whatever the fuck it was.
Their whole thing was about
but they were, they were not happy with the current regime, and they were doing protests and shit. And that was the whole argument between Orion Pax, Optimus Prime, and Megatron. And it was also like a quick conversation. And it was like some shit out of fucking like 24 or something. Like you got President Palmer being like, yo, we're friends. Can we just talk about this? And the other guy's like, no, we can't talk about this. I'm out. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then you're going to suffer the consequences. Deuces. And he leaves.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, you got Bumblebee like bringing up to speed this newly built Transformer.
Newly forged.
Yes, newly forged guy called Rubble. And, like, you kind of get the idea he's going to be some sort of construction bot because of his name. Yeah. I don't imagine a guy named Rubble is going to be a helicopter when we've got Windblade being a helicopter. But he gets to choose his alt form, which I think is pretty cool.
Yes.
But you've already got your established name, so I think you're kind of limited within the Transformers caste system. You are a ground bot.
Like, besides the actual, okay, as somebody who isn't familiar with the mythos like I am, this issue was just boring.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Lazy writing.
And
it shouldn't have been.
from the artwork, completely boring. Now, I love the artwork. I know, I get what you're saying.
The artwork itself was good. I don't want to disparage the art. Right. I don't like the style of the robots themselves, which I don't think was the choice of the artist. I think that was the choice of the overall
publisher
editing.
Or whatever,
IDW in conjunction with Hasbro.
Yeah. It's like you have to use this mythos from this era, from these characters, and
for what the artist was handed, I think they did a great job.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Like, this was my other choice for artwork of the week, to be honest with you, because it was extremely well executed.
Yes.
So, that being said, you know, the story, again, was just like, huh?
Yeah. Less than stellar. Less than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Less than what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Last but not least this week, and by default, I guess this is Book of the Week, we've got The Batman Who Laughs, The Grim Knight, Issue 1.
Yeah.
And this is a spin-off of the Batman Who Laughs miniseries, and we've been looking at this Batman with his guns and everything from one of the dark multiverses, and we've been wondering all about him. He's basically Bat Punisher, and truthfully, you don't need to read... This whole thing was built as an origin for the Batman, the Grim Knight. You could have read the first 4 pages and been done with this book.
That's it.
All you needed to know is what went down differently that made him him. And it's very simple, and I'm going to throw the cheese down there, and I'm going to spoil this for you just in case you don't want to waste the money. It's not a bad book. And if you're paying attention, because you need to kind of know what's going on in the Batman Who Laughs and in the Batman stories themselves to really comprehend this, because he's doing this whole thing where he kidnaps Jim Gordon and he's going to kill him as a, you know, and because the Batman Who Laughs wants to torture him or whatever, and he's going to just put a bullet in his head. And there's a whole thing otherwise. But meanwhile, he's telling him the story of how he goes up against the Jim Gordon of his world, and it's basically just the Punisher meets Batman. The Batman of... Remember fucking Dark Knight Returns when the Batman has taken over Gotham City with the bat bots all over the place, policing everything?
It's a Punisher with logic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He's got fucking bat bots, he's got satellites all over the place, and they're fucking killing criminals as they're committing crimes, and all the families like, oh, but no, this is good. And like out of the Twilight Zone, no, this is good. It's good that you did that, Timmy. It's good that you sent him to the cornfield or whatever. It's good that you fucking...
I finally saw that episode for the first time recently, like around like New Year's or whatever.
Fucky, isn't it?
Fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's fucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the parents, like, the father's like, no, it's good that that this criminal who was going to kill us was shot and killed instead. It's good, and we should smile and thank Batman. Yeah, you fucking should, assholes! You were almost fucking dead! And if it wasn't for the Batman, you wouldn't be! You'd be fucking... And the fucking kid might be getting fucking ass raped in an alley while the fucking criminal is wearing his mother's pearls! How's that for fucking need for therapy?
Jesus Christ.
Thank the fucking Batman! You missed a bit.
This only just happened 20 seconds ago.
Nevertheless,
wow.
Everybody wants to say that the Grim Knight is wrong, even though he's not. Because what happened when he's a kid is the criminal, Joe Chill or whomever, shoots his parents, right? And then this, like, Bruce Wayne is sitting there crying his eyes out, as one would. And all of a sudden, there's some fumbling. And the guy's like, where did those pearls go?
And he drops his gun like a
sees
fucking
the
moron.
gun. And he's like,
what an amateur.
And the criminal's like, run, kid, run. No. Kid's got the right idea. Now I'm going to pick up the fucking gat right now.
You, yo.
Why don't you just shut up and fucking die? Bang! And he doesn't just hit him once.
No.
Bang!
Bang, bang,
bang!
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 Yeah.
Damn fucking right.
Loads it on him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Y'all know how I feel about Frank. Don't fuck with Frank. Don't fuck with the Grim Knight. He's got the right idea. Kill them all like the fucking... Their gods sort them out. The Grim Knight is right. The Grim Knight is right. That's a fucking hashtag. Goddamn
hashtag. Grim is right.
Yes!
Do that now.
So that's his whole origin, is instead of being a crybaby, Bruce picks up the gun and shoots the son of a bitch. really because
Something
the guy
a bit?
she drops the gun, which is an important detail.
But it's like all the extra shit that's in this issue is like it leads up into the Batman Who Laughs series that's going on.
This, I'm guessing this is like just like a one shot, thing.
I mean, they even said it's like to be continued in Batman Who Laughs, like number 3 and number 4, like whatever.
And I mean, there's some dope ass covers to this. The Gabriel Delato cover is amazing. Oh. Sitting there, with like all the guns and shit on him and everything.
Yeah, basically it's like, doing all the right things that Rob Liefeld couldn't do.
By default, this was my book of the week because just the rest of them left me kind of cold.
Everything else was too bizarre.
It's been a slow week.
Yeah, everything else was just too bizarre to get that title.
Yeah. So I think that about does it for us, guys. I'm a lot more sober than I expected to be right now. You are not.
I am not.
I'm going to pour myself another shot of bourbon. And make sure that, guys, you're going to want to get a Pete's Basement t-shirt like our man Jeff Hayes did earlier this week. Go on represent.com/store/Pete's Basement. We got all the regular PBTs. Yo, we got the PB tank tops and the summer colors because summer's coming. Yo, spring's right around the corner and the hot weather's coming. And I can't wait because I fucking hate the cold. Last but not least, the Pete's Basement Patreon, guys. Thank you to everybody who has contributed so far. And, guys, for as simple as $1 a month, you get your name on the Pete's Basement website under the patrons. For $3 a month, you get your name in the credits. For $10 a month, you get your name highlighted in the credits. And you get an awesome drawing from me or Roger featuring an Eskimo, a dragon, a leprechaun, or a transgender unicorn, which was a new one that was added by Hannah. Well, guys, I think that's just about it. I think that's all the information that is important. And, of course, hit us up, questions@Pete'sBasement.com, Instagram. It's
Yo, Greg, last one for the night.
At Pete's Basement. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're reading. And we always want to hear from you guys. And we'll see you next week. Salud.
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 Bye-bye.
God, I hate bourbon.